to then cut the video. You know, on the long run, we learn about editing and everything, right? How's it going?
Great. It's an honor to be here with you, Lamour.
It's actually my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Los Teachers, and for us, it's a great honor for us that you taking some time to check us out on your mobile phones, your tablets, or any other device that you use to watch Los Teachers. Today with us, we have it's a dinosaur when it comes to teaching. From back long, long, long ago, it's Mr. R.R. Ronny.
Ronny Rosario, and A in the end after R.
There you go. How's
Good. Great. It's an honor to be here with you. It's been said that you are the best teacher in La Vega. That's why I want to be near you, close to you.
That's-
Many people say that.
That's how bullying starts.
No,
Right?
seriously, I'm talking seriously. Many people say that. And I want to be near you, close to you.
And you know what? Learning, it's something that happens two ways. I learn from you, you learn from me, and at the end of the day, many students, they think that we don't learn out of it.
We learned a lot from there.
Ronnie, I can't recall like first time we met and things like that. I cannot recall. I don't remember at all. But I do have great memories of sharing knowledge. You actually at the DRT Soul. What year? I don't know when it was. But I remember you from TESOL and teaching some other space. How did you, or how and why and when you fell into teaching this? Why English and not social studies, mathematics, biology, or any other?
It's a golden question. And I started studying Spanish teacher at UNFO University when I was 22 years old. And I say, most of people here studying Spanish, most of the teachers in the Dominican Republic are Spanish teacher. And I said, so let me try studying English teacher as an English teacher, because maybe I have more opportunity. Imagine I say, okay, I stop the career at UNFO University, and I went to WAPA to study didactic of the foreign languages, because I wanted to be, by that time, an English teacher. I was teaching Spanish at Senapet. You know what is that? Senapet. And I said, no. I want to learn English because I have more opportunity. So I went to WAPA in 2003. And then after that, I went for teaching English to Infote in 2006. I prepared in Infote. They certified to me. And then after that, I stayed by around 10 years teaching in many places from Infotep, especially in hotels. Samana, yes. I went to Bahia Principe.
Yeah,
I stood there for about 2 years. I went to the free zone too.
free zone. Yeah.
Yes.
How was it like living, or I mean commute? I don't know if you commuted to Samana or you stayed there for a while. How was
It was by that time my children were in 5 years and 6 years, and it was so difficult because I stood for a week. So I came here Fridays and Saturday, and on Sundays in the afternoon I have to departure to Samanat, and it was very sad by that time. But I have a lot of experience, good experience there. But I felt so sad when my children said goodbye to me in the bus. And I said to a friend of mine, okay, I don't want to stay here anymore. I go to La Vega again. I want to work close to my children.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience.
Indeed, it was.
Teaching in some hotels.
And is it the main topic here is why people feel the most at learning English, right? But can you contrast your experience working in Samana, where people are have more contact, they are more exposed to the English language? Was it, do people acquire language easier over there or here in America? I don't know your experience.
A great ratio, my friend, because they are exposed to tourism there, so they are on the context, and that's why they could get, they are better motivated, and then they acquire easier and faster than here because we don't have this context.
We don't. Yeah. And it's sad because I've seen so many. I think it's the second time that I said this. I say that we have had so many English institutes in La Vega. And when it comes for you or to me to get a teacher to substitute for an hour or to teach a class, we have a hard time.
Yes, so hard. So you want to know why it's difficult, why people fail trying to get the language, to acquire the language?
Because throughout your experience, I know that you have the answers, the insights, the whys, the hows regarding the failure at acquiring and learning language.
Yes, I know many teachers have the same opinions, maybe different opinions, but in my opinions, there are some reasons. The first one is that most of the people don't want to pay the price. I don't talk about money. They don't want to.
I mean, there you go. Boom. You see, this is why I wanted to bring you in. People think that it's about money.
Yes,
No,
it's not about money.
the price is not money.
The price could be sacrifice, could be sacrifice. Guayar la yuca, as we said in Spanish.
In Dominica, yeah.
They don't want to guayar la
You
yuca
have to
for
guayar la
learning.
yuca. But when you say guayar la yuca, sacrifice what?
So they need to take times to sacrifice good things, but to get better things. You understand that?
I know.
For example, people said, I want to learn English because I go to the United States and I say, oh, an opening to you. So you can get to my academy. I can extend you half a scholarship and you can come. Say, I'm going in 2 years. Do you think I could learn it? Yes. Oh, of course, 2 years is okay. And they pass the time. 6 months after, they say, hey, remember, I go to the United States in 2 years. And I say, okay, come tomorrow, call me. This is my number.
Yes.
And they spend another year. Hey, I have 1 year more. And you know what they said? 2 months ago. 2 months ago, before they leave into the United States, say, Ronnie, in 2 months, I go to the United States. Can you teach me English? And I say, hey, are you getting crazy?
Esa es la vaina que me oh.
So you have the same experience like me. You know what is that. So they don't have to pay the price in order to sacrifice things. Time.
Yes.
Time. People don't want to take time to study, to investigate, to get the vocabulary, to get into the sounds, the audios, the videos, the books, the grammar, the dialogues, the practicing. They don't want to pay. They want a magic things to do it.
Swallow this pill, you swallow it, and then your English comes in the
Like Matrix.
like the med.
What do you want? The blue or the green? Or the red or the blue?
Yeah, the red or the
Or blue,
red.
yes.
Yeah, blue and red. Yeah, blue and red. But that's a fact. It's sad and discouraging when you see people that I have my barber. He's one of the that was an example that I could tell. He's in the States now. He's got his paper and everything. But you know what he told me, and his son, his children, wife and kids, everyone told me that they were willing to enroll into learning English 2 months prior, like 2 months prior the interview. at the pizza center.
Wow.
We are people. We are English teachers. We are linguistics.
We
We're
are now magicians.
yes. Some people fail at learning, acquiring the language because they don't want to sacrifice time, learn, get involved 24/7 into vocabulary, practicing, listening, and hearing. What other things you think may affect? But I think we're going way too general. What if we break it down into, let's say, teenagers?
Okay, let's talk about teenagers.
Teenagers. What have you encountered that tells you that, okay, this is the reason that teenagers, they face these issues, this and that, to learning?
Teenagers are, I think, the best learners. They are persistent. Adults are switched. Adults are not persistent. Maybe not because they are not intelligent, because they are.
They are.
Maybe because they are very frustrated with the faena, with the working,
Or the day and
with the
day.
daily routine
Yeah.
that they are involved. But teenagers, they are persistent. But some teenagers fail in learning because they don't want to make mistake.
It's a little percent.
Yes, a little percent. They are afraid to speak because they want to
On perfection
exactly
on the first try.
exactly at the first time. This is one reason. But teenagers, for me, I have this experience that they always try hard, and they do the things correctly, forget the language. But some of them get the line of frustration.
Yeah.
So
When they see no results, they
Exactly.
get held back.
so they'll stop learning when they get the frustration. And I said that when you have a necessity, if you have a necessity, it's a way for learning. This is the best way, necessity. For example, you have a girlfriend. If a teenager have a girlfriend of spoken English, not Spanish, they get fast. If they going to live in the United States, for example, to study at the university, they get fast. They have to have a purpose for learning.
Meaningful learning.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's regarding teens. How about children? Not, but when I say children, from the ages from
From 5, from 8.
my kid is 6, one of them is 6, and he's like the waves of the ocean. He comes and goes. He has a day that he wants to. Some other days he doesn't want to. But Sophie is different. She's 8. She's more willing. But I've seen children on the ages from 8 to 12, 13, that they don't want to. They block themselves. My experience, it's more an emotional filter than the language itself. What are your thoughts and experience?
Well,
Or the expertise?
in my experience, children from 8 to 13, they are so smart.
The teens.
Yes, they are so intelligent, so they can get the language faster than teenagers. Teenagers can get the language faster than adults. So this is the cycle for me. So children for me is good to manage, but you know what, Robinson, I prefer female teachers for children under the age. They treated them better because they, as a mother, understand. They have instinct.
It's an instinct. Yeah.
Is the mother's instinct, so they can treat it better. The children, the children could get the language faster, and this is my opinion.
And I totally agree. And to add up to what you just said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman who happens to be a mom. I have seen at the school that I'm working at, that I'm managing 12 to 13 teachers. I've seen this newbie. It's her first year. I just took her in and I said, hey, I want to mentor.
Yes, exception.
What? Keep coming. this.
Exception, yes.
And she treats children as if she were their mom. And she's just 20 something, no kids or whatsoever. But it's like you said, it's the motherhood instinct. It's in their DNA, right? Adults, hey,
Before going to adults, let's go to public school, with a student to public school, because I have a lot of experience there because I have 11 years teaching in public schools.
what's been
And let me tell you,
in your experience of public school? Because people satanize.
yes,
Yeah. Why is that? Tell us about it.
yes, let me tell you about public school. First things, parents have to motivate children forget the language. They have to see the importance. Students from public school don't see the importance of English. They ignorance the importance of learning English. This is the reason because they cannot get the language in public school. But in public school, we have good teachers, very good.
Somebody had to say that. And I'm glad that you're saying it because everything falls on the teachers.
Exactly.
And it's like you said, parents get involved.
Exactly. For example, we have a table with 4 legs. In the process of education, family is the first one.
Okay.
Student is the second one. Teachers is the third. And government is the fourth.
The fourth leg.
So everybody has to involve.
That's a
If family fails, it's difficult for teaching.
It crumbles.
Because the knowledge is based on the discipline. If you are not disciplined, the knowledge, you cannot get the knowledge. But we have very good teachers in public school. Many students learn in public school. The one who are very interested and motivated.
Yeah, that's the key reason.
Especially if that teacher love with passion what he does or she does.
You know Julian Polanco.
No.
Does it sound to you, Julian Polanco?
No.
Oh, you didn't study at the Liceo Pepe Alvarez?
Yes, I studied at the Liceo. Yes.
You went in the morning.
No, in the afternoon.
You studied in the afternoon?
Yes. And I finished in 1994, imagine. Long time ago.
I started high school in 1994.
Oh, like me? Really?
You finished, but I started.
You started in 1994, yes. Yeah. You know why I have the brochure by that time? By my graduation, yes, I have the brochure.
Try to get Julian, because you might...
Let me see her.
I think...
Or him.
You've seen him. I bet you have. He's a well-known English teacher. But
unfortunately, I don't know him.
He taught me at school. He taught me in high school. And Julian, the one on green, is his thing.
He teaches at Liceo Don Pepe Alvarez.
He taught. He already retired.
Okay.
But going back to your thoughts, the content, he taught me in high school. And he and Bernarda, I remember Bernarda when I was 8th grade. She taught me English 7th and 8th, and Julian during high school and some other teachers. But Julian is the one who inspired me to get into this. And some wise words, because teachers, we have this power that one word can lift you up or just put you down for life. Which is your side?
I remember not in high school, because in high school I didn't have the motivation for learning. But it was after I finished high school that I met some Americans, people, gringos, and I started studying so hard. And I said, "Oh, this language is beautiful.
It sounds awesome." Yeah, first time I heard that.
And you know what? It's not just beautiful. Many people have to know that English is the standard language of the planet.
Oh yeah,
it's the language of technology, the language of movie, the language of aviation. Imagine the language of science, the language of sport. And if we talk about business,
You don't want to get there.
yes, if a person from India meet with people with Italy to have a business meeting,
Yeah.
what language are they going to use?
Hindi? No.
No.
Italian? I don't think so.
So
English? Definitely.
So another reason why people fail during they get the language is that they are not motivated. They need motivation.
This is where we take in to motivate them.
Yes. And this is so difficult because as a teacher, we motivate constantly, every day, every minute, every hour. But what happens when they go out from the classroom?
How, in the fact that we have intrinsic motivation, right? And the one from the outside, what if they don't have that intrinsic?
This is so difficult because how do I manage that?
Yeah.
It is impossible.
How do you get them kicked and pumped?
It is impossible because I wanna say a quote.
Yeah. I have one regarding that.
Yes. Learning starts when people want to learn, not when people want to teach. It depends. It depends on you. Imagine you have a candle, and I set the fire into the candle, and I give it to you. It's your responsibility to keep it on fire.
Yeah.
So this is not this is not easy to manage people when they are out of the class.
This is enlightening. Oh, definitely.
This is something that is on your responsibility. I said to my student, when you finish the high school and you have not learned English, don't say I was your teacher, okay? Don't say that because it's not my responsibility. It's like the rain. God sent the rain to everybody, but if you don't want the rain, if you don't want to get wet, what do? You hide.
You have
The rain.
Yeah, you cover.
You put an umbrella.
Yeah.
But it's the same with the knowledge. I give the knowledge, I give the strategies, I motivate you, I get the best material for you, but it's up to you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's up to the student.
Exactly.
You could give them, you could have the best method.
Exactly. You can bring teachers like Stephen Kratcher from the United States.
Yeah.
You can bring teachers from Harvard, but if you don't want, who wants?
You know this name? You sure know this.
As a second language.
Marian Celsius Garcia.
Wow.
Yeah. You know?
This is the third edition.
Yeah.
And she's a guru in teaching.
Yeah.
Great.
You could bring this lady, all the authors, and teach me something that I'm not interested into learning, and I'm not picking up anything.
Exactly. You can have the best method for learning.
Look,
It's up to you.
therefore, regarding the same motivation and willingness to learn, I always tell my students this quote. It's really famous, I think. Everybody knows it. You can take the horse to the river, but you can't make it drink.
Wow.
That's right. This is the river. We are the water, and the learners, the students are the horses who are thirsty. If they don't feel like drinking, they're not gonna drink. You can kick them, hit them with a stick. You can even take their heads into the water. They're not gonna drink. And parents bring the children to the river. Those who are thirsty will drink. Those who aren't will not drink at all.
Learning English is like a food. If you want to taste it, just eat it. But if you don't want it,
Yeah.
make it out. So it depends on you. The knowledge depends on you. Even with God, it's like that. The sun said it's for everybody,
Oh yeah.
but it depends on you if you want to get into the sun.
Yeah.
So many students from public school, they are very, I don't know how to say that, ignorance. They don't have any idea about the importance of learning that language.
Who will we blame for that?
Who?
Who could we blame for that ignorance and that lack of willingness of the universe that English as a language has for them. Who are we blaming? We can't blame the system, could we?
Ah, you know what? You lived for about, what is your age?
43?
43. You live for 43 years in this country with the same system and you get the language. It's because you want it.
Exactly. You see, that's
We study at the same school with all the difficulties, the insufficiencies, but we get it.
we lack
You know what?
a lot of things.
Institutions don't determine the good professional. Any institution determine a good professional. You know what determine a good professional?
What is
Your attitude.
your attitude
Yes, your attitude. Your attitude.
and how open you are to all that it brings, changes, learning, openness, willingness, all together. So it makes no sense, definitely, blaming it on the system that some are failing at acquiring or learning English.
Do you imagine if you wait for a changing system?
No, come. It's like
Don't wait for a changing system.
people who want to get married, that they say, okay, I'm getting married when I have everything together, or my the equipments like the bed, the washing machine, this and that. You just go ahead and do it, and on the run you go and
Yeah.
acquire what you need.
Let's go back to the first reason why people fail in learning: sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't sacrifice, you can get nothing, because all thing that you have in this nowadays right now is because you working hard, sacrifice, you study hard, you investigate. In Spanish, we say we josear.
Josear, claro.
So
Hustle.
sacrifice is the key of getting the best, of getting the success.
Yeah.
Any people succeed without sacrificing. Any people.
When it comes to learning English, most of people that you have faced, what is something that they don't want to beef up to learn?
I told you, time. Maybe they don't want to spend money. They spend money maybe in entertainment, but not in learning. And what else? They prefer to go to a party instead of stay for 2 hours studying.
Mm-hmm.
So they want something easy.
And magical.
And in easy things, there is no success.
No.
Easy thing don't brings the success. Hard things, sacrifice, working hard.
Is there a shortcut? Do you think that there could be shortcuts? Because people love shortcuts, but I don't think we could take shortcuts at learning English.
Maybe if you say a person, you will get 1 million pesos every month for that job, but you need to speak English fluent. Maybe like this. They try hard.
Yeah.
So people need motivation. They need a necessity. They need a purpose.
And it's crazy because if we are 11 or 12 million Dominicans on the island, I can tell you that each of us have at least a relative in the States, a cousin, like somebody. We have somebody close to us that somehow speaks English. And everything we consume on the internet or online, it's in English. And
Exactly.
people still.
And you know what? We are very close from the United States.
Way too close.
Very close. And we have 2 million Dominicans in the United States. And baseball players of the Dominican Republic have to sign contract in English. So we have the context very close.
Yeah.
But public school, young from public schools, they are not thinking in learning English. They are not thinking in learning any subject of the school. They're thinking in be influencers,
Influencer.
or they think that a country is developing in singing the ball, singing reggaeton. You cannot develop a country singing the ball.
They,
Even singing merengue, we have to study
yeah, we
medicine, engineering, what else?
can you
Nurses,
we need
mechanics,
yeah.
to
Even
be a buyer.
even waiters and waitresses, that many people they just put them down and looking from the shoulder above the shoulder.
When you have health problems, you don't go to Alpha or people crazy. You go to a doctor. They have to study to get the knowledge to cure.
Yes.
So we need to study. It's like English. I heard from Alpha 3 years ago an interview. He said, my problem is that, he said in Spanish, that I don't know English.
Yeah.
If I knew English, I would be more international. He said that.
He recognized, he acknowledged that he needed English. He needs it. But that's a fact.
To speak English is, in fact, a career.
Of course it is. Oh yeah. You can make a living out of it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Many Dominicans are living because they know English.
How do we close the gap, those gaps that you mentioned regarding people issues at learning English?
How?
Yes, we're closing with that, and yeah, it's been 33 minutes. I think that would be like the final question and the last question, and after that, you could just give word of advice.
You mean those boys from public schools?
Yeah.
So,
Wait, before we jump into that, are you still working at public school?
yes.
You are?
Yes.
Oh yeah, which
To work in, yes. I work at Liceo Barefantino High School in Barranca, 15 kilometers.
Oh, you go to
Yes.
you commute every day.
Yes. Every day. And I have a good spirit there,
So you-
young. Yes.
Are they learning?
They're learning a lot.
Are you?
You know why?
Why?
Some reason is
Why?
because they see
Mhm.
the necessity, the
Yeah.
importance of English. And when I teach them, I teach with passion.
And you motivate them, right? All of it.
They feel motivated. Even I have about 3 students that they are now teachers.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I want to invite here in your program. One of them, very fluent,
Yeah, because
Luis Miguel Gomez.
I'm looking forward to meeting.
He's now on TikTok and he has a lot of followers.
You can tell.
So he started with me in
Because,
zero at the Liceo. Yes. He said, "Wow, I like the way you teach. So I want to be a teacher too." And now he's a teacher.
yeah, it's inspiring, and
Robinson, you know that because you have the experience. I hear many people talking about you in a good manner, in a good way, that you are a very good teacher. And you know that when
What?
you teach with love and passion, people get it.
people get it. Yeah,
They feel it.
they don't want to leave. They want to spend more and more time. Yeah,
So I know you, like me, you don't teach to the mind, you teach to the heart.
the part.
And they change it.
Wow.
So that's motivate for them.
I'm glad to hear that, because it's not like it's flattering, and I know you don't do it just to be nice or because of courtesy. It's because you live it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. When I tell people things, I mean it. You know, if I go over your pros, everything positive about you, it's because I really mean it, and I know you do. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. So when you love what you do, there is not any way that you can do it better with passion. When you do with passion the
Yeah.
things you do, you have results, good results.
That's the key ingredient. You sparkle, passion, and the result comes all the way along by itself. Yeah. Ronny, thank you. Thank you.
It's my honor to be here.
I appreciate this kind of,
I will talk to another teachers to come here.
and
Okay?
I'm looking forward to bring 4 more teachers and we can open a debate on a specific topic.
I'm watching every day your teachers that you bring here. The last one was your wife. It was very fun.
Yeah. Yuri.
And I met Mr. Mackenzie through your video because I hear a lot about him at Ocatesi, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen him before.
Come.
I seen him in the video for the first time.
No, so I will.
I hear he's very good teacher.
Yeah, he is. Indeed, he is. I will meet you. I will actually gather you so we could just go over any topic. It could be a teaching topic or any other relevant topic regarding society.
Exactly.
Because something that happens to teachers is that we know the language, but we also manage so many topics that affect us as society, as individuals.
You know why it's great that you are joining many teachers from La Vega to here, and according to that, we can meet them. So don't stop. Go on. I'm gonna bring some teachers of English.
Yeah,
to you,
please
okay?
do so. Yeah,
I will do it.
that would be my pleasure.
Thank you, Robinson.
Ronnie, it's my pleasure. Absolutely.
No, it's my pleasure. Okay.
Thank you for coming. Guys, thank you for watching Los Teachers. This is us. And remember to share, like, and subscribe. And you have a good one. This is Los Teachers. Thank you.
Please share. Okay.
There you go.